Okay, so lot of energy built up. Anjali, we had super fun, didn't we? Absolutely. Great. And now we want to bring up on stage a lady who's going to be talking about something very, very interesting, very, very critical, and I think something we all need to hear. So we're not going to talk much about the topic, but for sure, we'd like to introduce her. I'd like to keep the introduction short for her because I got to know something very interesting about her recently. The Guru only calls her Reels Rani. Any guesses?
Storyteller. Reels.
The mixture of everybody. Reels Rani by Guru.
Reel is telling story.
Okay, that's smart. Right, so we have Kalyani coming up here and she's going to be talking about, she's basically, the whole context is spirituality and style together, and she's going to be focusing on the whole body image today. Isn't it something very, very critical? How many of you would be interested to hear this out? Great, then please put your hands together for this lovely lady, very, very powerful, who's been a speaker on numerous platforms, a TEDx speaker. Please welcome Kalyani. Thank you. Close your eyes, everyone. Close your eyes. Just relax down a moment. And I want you to bring up the picture of the person whom you love the most. In seconds, pop, whose picture pops up? Whom do you love the most? Okay, open your eyes. Yeah, whom do you love the most? You just throw it up. Mom, dog, dad, child, myself. Okay. So, I knew the myself will come because this is a group of trainers and coaches. So everyone is on this journey of self-love and self-development. Let me tell you, in my 17 years of career, I have recently conducted trainings in more than 9 countries, online for the Women's Day, and impacted more than 4,000 women. Now, in that workshop, I started with exactly the same style. And I asked them, whom do you love the most? Now, most answers came like mother, father, daughter, son. And very few, like 1 or 2 probably, myself. I'd like to talk to you about a beautiful approach towards self-love, a concept that I created 4 years ago on my personal journey, and that's called as STYLEMONK. Because the most important relationship you will ever have, my dear friend, is the one with yourself. The most important relationship you will ever have is the one with yourself. Self-love, self-appreciation is the fundamental for any transformation that you will ever take up. Now let's be very honest over here, okay? Very honest. I know we did 2 days of a lot of positivity and self-love. Let's be very honest. Do you like what you see in the mirror? When you look at yourself in the mirror, maybe not today or years ago, do you like what you see in the mirror? How many times have you felt, oh, I wish I was a little thinner, a little taller, a little fairer. I wish I had a muscular body. I'm working out so much, but I'm not losing weight. I wish I had a smaller lower body or an upper body. Let's be very, very honest. I wish I had thicker hair. I wish I had whatever color of eyes. We're not very comfortable talking about our bodies. But you know what? The body image issues start right from the age of 3. What is a body image? Body image is the mental perception that you have about your body. What you communicate and tell yourself about your body is your body image. And body image is scientifically proven to be related consciously or subconsciously to your self-esteem and your idea of success. Whether you'll be successful or not, and it's consciously or subconsciously related to body image. Recall the times when maybe sometime, someday, somebody must have body shamed you, or childhood, or pointed out pinpointed maybe to the color of your skin, your hair, your height, your weight, or you felt the same about yourself. I've had body image issues for the longest of time. The confident self that you see here, trust me, I have really worked hard to be who I am today. I never had any confidence and I never ever liked what I looked. In a country which is obsessed with fairness, okay, where 90%, more than 90% of our complexion in our country is from whitish to dusky to dark, yet the country is so obsessed about fairness. Open any matrimonial columns, every man wants to marry a fair, a beautiful, a working as well as a holy girl. In a world of Instagram filters, and in a world where everything is photoshopped, there are actresses doing all these surgeries, I hated myself for the longest of time because I never fit into the conventional beauty standards. My body image issues began right from my childhood because I was never this cute, cuddly, cute-looking child, and hence I was never loved and fondled. The worst things get worse when you have a sibling who is better looking than you. Have you ever dealt with something like that? No, when you have a sibling who is better looking than you, that sibling is loved and cuddled more than you. And then in the school, I forever wanted to be on the stage. I was always last because the prettier girls were in the front. I was never the one to give on the stage the bouquet because that's what again given to the prettier girls. And that's when my body image issues began. Hey, what's wrong with me? Can't I be there on the stage? Can't I be successful? The body image issues worsened in my teenage when my crush again chose the prettier girl than me. My in-laws also didn't find me pretty enough for my husband as a good match. And body image issues continued for the longest of time. And then I decided to take it up as my life mission. And by the way, I have been a trainer, coach, consultant, psychologist, you name every certification, every damn thing in training and coaching, I have done it. The last 17 years. But it's only over the last 4 to 5 years that I discovered my authentic self. And I really decided that I'll take it up this no filter and just come up authentic in front of everyone. Research says that 87% of women and 65% of women don't like the way they look. Only 4% women in the world find themselves beautiful. According to the report in the National Institute of Drug Abuse, mostly, the men who indulge into steroids are not the athletic ones, they are the non-athletic ones because of the standards of beauty for men and women both. Body dysmorphia is a disorder and it's a real thing. If you don't like what you see in the mirror, if you see this distorted image of you, maybe you have this condition. Body image and self-esteem are related. I grew up watching these Fair and Lovely ads on television. How many of you remember those? In the early 90s. Okay? Though they had a good context, but it was women empowerment by making them fair and lovely. It was success by making them fair and lovely. And I somehow could never relate to it. So here's the style monk, and that's how I used to look earlier. And trust me, this is not some makeover where I went to a parlor and I just did this. This is a 10-year. Okay? It took me that long time, 10 to 8 years to become this. Now that was 2017-19 was in my 30s and I turned 42 next month. And my body has changed again and again. I had to deal with the same body image issues to accept myself. So style monk is a spiritual approach to style. The style and the monk. Your style, your way. So very quickly, I'm going to give you the 4D approach to becoming the style monk, being spiritual as well as being very stylish, which is so personal to you. Number 1, D for detox, the monk approach. Detox yourself of any labels that you give yourself. I'm fat, I'm ugly, just change that. You can't have a poor mouth and a good life. If you don't if you don't like what you see, change what you're saying to yourself. Overcome the negative self-talk and come into talking to yourself well. I came across this and I said, hey, I'm a superstar, I'm made of star. Because we literally have the atoms in our body that made us a star. So, everyone say this, मैं अपनी favorite हूँ. The number 2, the monk approach. Discover who you are. Between your pain and your passion, things that you love, you will find your purpose. Discover who you were before the world told you who you were. Because remember, before anyone had an opinion about your body, you have a purpose. You have a purpose. Number 3, develop a strategy. The style. And here are my 5 styling strategies to become the style monk. Also being among the senior most image consultants in the country, I'd like to share these with you. Number 1, invest in clothes as a resource for goals achievement. Number 2, practice confident body language. I can't tell you how much confident body language and a tone of voice can make you look very, very attractive. Number 3, grooming and exercising are the cheapest ways you can transform yourself and look very, very confident. Number 4, dress to flatter your body shape and not because something looks good on a mannequin to look good on you. Master color combination and indulge into continuous self-improvement, continuous self-development. Love yourself, improve yourself, and do your best. And you know what? While you're doing all of this, okay, this just goes forward. And this doesn't go backward? Okay. And while you're doing all of this, also practice the subtle art of giving up. Okay? I'm putting the thumbs up because I don't want to put that on the stage. So here's the STYLEMONK strategy, the 4D strategy that I shared with you. Detox, discover yourself, develop the strategy, and number 4, dedicate yourself to the process, to the journey of constant evolution of detox, discover, develop, dedicate, and being a style monk. And be proud of yourself, be proud of your body. So the tiger has stripes and I have stretch marks. Thank you very much. Amazing, thank you so much. Can you stop our show? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Amazing.